Hey guys, hello, how are you? Well, I speak Spanish, but I speak English too. And I am going to do this video in English because I have to explain you something that is not very easy and fun for me, right? Um, I have a couple problems. My anniversary was on uh, last year on February, and because of that, I was planning to go to Europe for 2 weeks, and I paid since September or October. Actually, I don't remember exactly, but it was September or October 2018. Mhm. Uh, a trip on a cruise from Barcelona to Italy. Uh, my itinerary originally was to travel by airplane from Toronto, Canada, where I live, to Paris, France. Then I was planning to spend like 2 nights over there in France. Then I was planning to go to Barcelona and stay another 2 nights in Barcelona. After that, I had to board the cruise of Royal Caribbean from Barcelona to Italy, right? And to be at the ocean, well, on the cruise for 8 days. And eh, the idea was to go to different places in Italy, right? To the Mediterranean. And then I had to go back to Barcelona, fly to Barcelona, from Barcelona to France, then from France to Toronto, and Toronto to Niagara Falls. That was my itinerary. And because I never hire a travel agency, uh, what I did it's I saw a couple promotions on the internet, and I pay everything, right, but separately, right. I never paid like to a travel agent, and that was, I think, my fault, because by now everything will be like very easy. However, I didn't, right, and I regret. So I spent like almost in total, like in airplanes, cruise, hotels, everything was almost $8,000, plus the money that I have to take with me to spend over there, to buy souvenirs, for food, for tips, for cabs, Ubers, many different things, right? Tours. So for Royal Caribbean, they sent an email to me 1 month before my departure time, and they say, "Oh, you know what? We decide to take you to Spain." So I was upset, and I said, "Why you are going to take me to Spain? Why you are pushing me to go to Spain? I was planning to go to Italy, not to Spain." And by other hand, they were not giving me any choice to decide if I want to go to Spain or another destination, right? So I say no, and they say, "Well, it's because Italy, the border is closed, and nobody is allowed to go to Italy, right?" So, but they decide for me, right? And I think that was not really nice. Mm. They should tell me, we have 100 different destinations or choices, whatever it's called, and then you can choose one of them, and we will be happy to take you over there. But they never did that. And then I say, no, you know what? If you're going to change my itinerary and everything, then I prefer to cancel. They say, well, if you cancel, we are allowed to give you only 20% back of the money. Say, why? Say, well, because when you paid, you agree with our policy. And I say, yeah, but when I paid, that was in September 2019, the coronavirus didn't exist. Mm. And you are canceling me on April 2019, mhm, or 20, no, 2020, mm, because of the coronavirus. So at the end, I say, you know what? Let me think about it, and I will let you know. I will call you back. So 3 or 4 days after that, the the CEO of Royal Caribbean, she gave or he gave an interview to a journalist and of CBC and CTV and all that, and they said, okay, you know what? To all the people that paid in advance, right, since the last year, we are gonna give the money back. Not well, not the money. Like they give us like a credit, 100% credit. However, the airlines, they said, well, uh, a couple months after that, they increased the rates, the fees, and they changed their policies. They changed their contract, and obviously everything is according with their convenience, right? It's not for your benefit. It's because they don't want to be more affected. So I was so pissed. I was screwed. I had to accept that, and because anyways we can't go anywhere because we were on a pandemic situation. We had quarantine, and I say, well, it's okay. I'm gonna take it, and then we said that we will take that for I think a year after, and then the coronavirus is still right here, and we said, well, what can we do about it? They said, well, there is no too many choices. Unfortunately, you have to pay the rates or the fees that the airlines increase because otherwise you will lose everything. So I said to my wife, you know what? I'm not gonna pay more money. These guys are asking for more money, and we are not really sure if we will have that money because we are not working. We are in a pandemic situation. We are on quarantine, and this is so bad, and this is affecting everybody around the world. Is that correct? It's not only affecting me or affecting other people, it's affecting everybody, millionaires, poor guys, middle class, everybody. So she said, well, if we don't pay, we are going to lose everything. And she decided to pay. Mhm. And now the, we have the second wave of the coronavirus. In Canada, I don't know in the rest of the world, but at least in Canada, we are locked down. There is no hotels, there is no drive-throughs, there is no restaurants, no bars, no nothing. Everything is completely closed, except cops, fire department, hospitals, doctors, like essential needs. They are allowed to work. However, doctors, like family doctors, you have to call them. You are not allowed to go to their office because they are not in their office. Mhm. So, and for them, everything is Tylenol. Well, but the point, and this is like a kind of a joke, but it's true. Um, the point is that we call them again, and they say, no, we can't do anything. They don't want to give us the money back. That's the problem. That's the real story. We know because of the news and YouTube and all that there is millions or thousands of people that are canceling. And the other thing is that we never paid for the insurance. Mhm. So because of that, and they know about it, they want to steal our money. Mhm. And that's not fair because we are not canceling. And now the other thing is that I was sitting at home for 1 year doing nothing, you know, because of the quarantine, because they extend the quarantine, because after that I got a stroke and I got a heart attack, and I had a surgery on my heart, um, which I got a couple of stents, on it, and and then I had to go to the lab every single day for 6 months because my body is going to try to reject those stents, right? And a patient over there at the live labs contaminate me with coronavirus, right? Fortunately, I'm a very strong guy, and it never happens. Nothing happens to me. But I mean, like, happens a couple things. Like every time that I sip a little water, I puke right away. Or if I was trying to eat and I couldn't, mm, because I puke right away. But the doctors here in Canada, they never give me medicine. I only got a phone call and they say, "Oh, you are positive, blah blah blah. Somebody contaminated you with coronavirus." And however, my wife that was sleeping beside of me, she was not contaminated, and not even my tenants. In my house, I have 6 bedrooms. I rent three of them, and my tenants, they were not infected. They were not contaminated. And but their boss said, like, no, but you live in a place where is a guy with coronavirus. So they were not allowed to work. The company, they never paid any penny to them, and not even the government of Canada. So they were screwed, you know. And I had to say, like, don't worry about it, don't pay me rent, because this I was feeling like guilty even when I was not guilty. You know what I mean? But it was the only way that I can support them, and I wish everybody does the same thing. But unfortunately, it's not like that. You know, and now the thing is that Royal Caribbean, they don't want to give me my money back. And I check in the internet with Mr. Google. I check with YouTube, with Facebook, and the Royal Caribbean webpage, different places, and it's not safe to travel, even if the borders are open and everybody say, oh, the companies, the airlines, and the cruises, they said, oh, you are allowed to travel. The quarantine is still there. You need a vaccine. However, if you have problems with, like, bronchitis, asthma, problems with your heart, it's not really safe to get that vaccine. But for them, you need that vaccine to go on board of that cruise, or the airplane. Even if they know that, for example, people that has asthma or bronchitis, they can't, they cannot breathe with the mask, and it's illegal to say something to them, because they can prove to you that they have maybe like a medical certificate saying that they have this problem, and they are not allowed to breathe. Well, they cannot breathe, and they can sue you. So you will be screwed. That's completely illegal. Many people, they don't know. However, big companies, transnational companies, they know about it. Mm. But they pretend that they don't know, and some of them, they don't really care about that. So please help me. If you know what can I do, let me know, please. If you see my video, just give me an advice or tell me what can I do, because I'm feeling frustrated. The money that I save for my vacations, for my anniversary, I already spent that money. Mhm. Because nobody was working and everybody was at home. I live in Niagara Falls, which is a tourist town, and also it's a retirement town. Mhm. So everything was closed. Mhm. So even if I want to work, I can't because everything was closed. And there is seniors that they live with $500 a month, which is nothing. That's their pension, and it's like a kind of a joke of the government because the government they know for sure that $500 is nothing. I don't know. It's very sad with that when you go to the hospital or Walmart or another places, you can see seniors like 75, 80 years old, 85, working because they are getting only like $600, $700 a month, and it's not enough money to survive. Mhm. But well, that's not the point. My point is, what can I do? Now they say that for May, I think May 4th, May 5th, we can travel. We said that for that time we were allowed to travel. We didn't know anything about the second wave, and we never find out that we will spend the whole money and savings that we had for that trip for our anniversary. You know, and now even if I'm allowed to go, some places will be closed. Some places maybe not, but I won't have the money to spend on those places. And the other thing is what I have to say to the immigration officer when that person asks me, "Where are you going to?" I'm going to do a tour on Europe. What about it? Oh, Paris, Barcelona, and Italy. With how much money? Oh, $100. He's gonna laugh. I can't survive with 100 or 500 bucks. You know, and now with this second wave, we have another quarantine. Mhm. And the airports and borders with United States and Canada in between, they are closed until the end of April. So even if the cruises are open and are allowed to go to Italy on March 13, as I hear, mhm, I can't go because I'm not allowed to travel. Now, I said May, okay, okay, I can go on May, but is Royal Caribbean is the one that is going to give me the money to spend on my tours, on my tips, I don't know, food, souvenirs, or the airlines? No, for sure they are not going to do anything. And the last advice that I got, a friend of me said she lives in Serbia in Europe, and she said to me, "Listen, George, why you don't call your Mastercard or Visa card and explain them what happened, let them know, and maybe they can give you your money back." They did that with me. I say, okay. So I did that. And guess what? They said to me, well, because you never pay for your insurance, we are not allowed to help you. However, the best thing that you can do is to wait a month before your departure time. And if they cancel, or if you are not allowed to travel because the border is closed or there is no airport, then we can do something and help you. But maybe that's not going to happen because this quarantine was extended until April 30th. Mhm. And my trip, my departure time is for May 4th, right? So borders will be open and airports will be open, supposedly. So, but the problem is that I will have money. I got a job recently, and they hire me only for part time. First of all, because they don't want to pay benefits. Mhm. And I think that happens around the world, right? Here in Canada, the big companies, multimillionaire companies like Home Depot and Walmart and many other stores, they are hiring people for deliveries, for that kind of stuff, but part time. That way they don't pay any benefit. Mhm. And they say, oh, we will give you like full time later, but they never do that. So don't believe them. Just work, make as much as you can, and that's it. That's about it. You know. So please, if you know what can I do, let me know because I feel like frustrated. Everything that I planned was a ruin. Like I was completely destroyed. So let me know, please. Give me a hand. You know, I feel frustrated, and I told my boss. As I told you, they recently hired me, like maybe a month ago, and I just told them, like, listen, I pay for this trip. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I don't know if not, and I have credit cards, but they are at the limit. I don't have money. You know, I'm making money, but it's like this much. I used to make, let's say, an example, like $10, and now I'm making like $2, $1.50. So that's nothing. You know, I have two cars, I have a motorcycle, I have a house, I have too many expenses. I have to pay my bills. I have to pay to the bank. I'm not saying that I don't want to pay them. Obviously, I want to pay them, but there is no jobs. Mhm. Everything is closed. How come I'm going to make money if everything is closed? Toronto, Niagara Falls, Hamilton, Mississauga, wherever you go, it's closed. We are in lockdown. So, well, I don't want to bother you, but honestly, I need your help. If you can give me a hand and inform me what's the best way to talk with these guys of Royal Caribbean and their lines, let me know because I don't know what to do. Thanks so much. Have a super day. I love you guys. Bye bye now.